I'm Jasmine and I'll be singing you Rude by Samantha J.
It's hard to put oneself in someone else's shoes, but let's try for a moment. Let's imagine it's night and you are waiting for your loved one to come home. It could be your daughter, your sister, your mother, your son, someone you love dearly. It's late and they should have been home by now. You grow increasingly worried because you know how dangerous it can be out there at this hour. So you call just to check upon them. They tell you they're on their way home. And then some time passes and you call again, but the phone just rings. You are overcome with worry and anxiety, so you continue to call. Your calls go unanswered, your messages unread. Your heart is racing as you watch the time pass. Seconds become minutes, minutes become hours, turning into a new day, and the panic sets in. Your loved one didn't make it home.
Woke up this morning, knock at the door, put a smile on my face. But for my daddy, I wasn't sure. Opened the door and there was my love to ask him a question. But I had a feeling it would go wrong or wrong. Daddy, oh daddy, can I marry my love? Say yes, cause I need to know. Him say you never get my blessing cause I'm young and wild. Give him a chance. Daddy, please don't say no.
It's been a year since Jasmine Dean vanished on her way home from school. The details surrounding her disappearance has plunged many into a state of disbelief. The 22-year-old, affectionately called Maya, has not been seen or heard from since February 27, 2020. When someone goes missing, you may hear about it on the radio or see it in the news. It may pull on your heartstrings for a moment, but then you move on. But after the dust settles and it disappears from the media, it's the ones who love them who continue to live with the grief and the torment of not knowing where they are or what happened to them. Losing a loved one is devastating, but losing a loved one in such an unexplained and unexpected way is more than devastating. The pain of not knowing where they are or what happened is excruciating, and it's a pain that Jasmine's family has to endure every single day.
Can't live right now without her. And no man not give me no justice. Man, I talk, people I talk. People can't give me no food right now, you know. And the first night she miss me no see her from the night. Yo, me can't sleep, you know. When me cook, me can't eat and me can't share 3 or 4 plate me share. And when me fi share, that time let me feel it. When me fi go share food. And my sister might, and me no know where she there. Me no know where she there, you know. Cause if me leave do her, you know, shoot her out, when me get her. And if you do her, you know, shoot her out. You rob her, you rape her, but you shoot her out when me get her. What kind of style that? Me don't know.
For most, the day began much like any other. The sun was high in the sky and the cool, soft island breeze blew. A Thursday to be exact, before Jamaica had even recorded its first coronavirus case. Many people went about their business as usual. For young Jasmine Dean, it was another day of possibilities and another chance to pursue her dreams. Jasmine had been one of the bushy-tailed freshmen to start a new and exciting chapter of their lives at the University of the West Indies Mona campus in September of 2019. It was her dream to go to university, and she overcame many challenges to get there. Some people are given lemons in life and become sour and bitter, but that's not Jasmine's story. Jasmine used the lemons life gave her to make lemonade. As a baby, Jasmine was diagnosed with glaucoma and underwent a surgery geared at augmenting her vision. However, sight was only preserved in one eye, and she was given prescription lenses to enhance her impaired vision. This enabled her to be able to see partially, especially during the daytime. Some people think of the young woman as a weak, blind girl, but she was not. Jasmine was independent, focused, and driven. Despite being visually impaired, Jasmine excelled in school, copying several scholarships to assist with her studies. She also lost her mother at a young age, but blessed with a good father and 3 siblings with whom she formed a close-knit family bond, Jasmine allowed none of her struggles to prevent her from working towards her goals. Based on what has been said about Jasmine Dean, we can picture a reserved but bright and determined young woman. But what we can't picture is what could have gone wrong on the night of February 27, 2020. That morning, Jasmine took the long journey from her home in Bull Bay, St. Andrew, to the university campus, wearing a white blouse, blue jeans, and her multicolored backpack. She knew she had a long day ahead, since on a Thursday, her last class would end at 6:59 p.m. Investigators say that after her class ended, she visited this building on campus. It is the UWI Mona Lions Club Center for Students with Special Needs. A place on campus students like Jasmine can go to do schoolwork, amongst other things. At about 8 p.m., she informed the student assistant that she was heading home and left. Jasmine would have had to make it up this corridor to the back gate of the UWI campus behind Irving Hall in order to meet the 95 Express that she would normally ride to Bull Bay. It is here that her bus would have stopped, but on February 27, Jasmine waited for over an hour at the bus stop. This campus surveillance camera recorded her standing at a fairly crowded bus stop until she was the only one standing there in the dead of night.
She was just waiting on the 95 Express when the man said him a help her, put her in a taxi. She don't want a taxi, she don't take taxi. I can't see the way the man put her in the taxi. The driver for the JUTT bus, the man ball when him see me the other day. Because him say Indian. A 14 more minutes, the girl that come home to you, you know, Indian, because me love bring her home, because me she wait, man, you know. Like the man know, say, she waiting on that bus, because she stand up 1 hour and 16 minutes at the stop, because she know the next bus gone. So what she thinking now is just wait on the next bus. So it's all cause from there, so you move her, you put her in the roundabout where dog and name Janko. And the Janko can't come down and pop in for name the dog, you know. And the dog name the Janko and pop in square. And a long time them things are going.
As it was getting late, a concerned father, Lloyd Dean, called his daughter to find out where she was. There was just enough time for her to tell him she was on a taxi before his call credit ran out, ending the call. Moments later, another family member also spoke with Jasmine by phone, but all calls after that have gone unanswered. What we know about the investigation is that on February 28, a worried Lloyd Dean made a missing persons report at the Mona police station. As word about the missing award-winning university freshman spread across the UWI Mona campus and Jamaica at large, many were deeply touched. Initially, the case received extensive media coverage and attention, and was even quickly transferred from the local police station to the Major Investigation Division, MID, because of its prominence. Some concerned university students, family and friends of Jasmine Dean took to the streets in search of the young woman and to hand out missing persons flyers. But all of these efforts were soon interrupted as Jamaica quickly went into lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic. This was a major detractor, and valuable time and leads may have been lost as a result. In the early parts of the investigation, police tracked Jasmine's cellular phone to somewhere in the Bull Bay area at about 10:34 p.m., and then at 12:19 a.m. it moved to Harborview, and then at 12:35 in the downtown Kingston area. That was the last known cell phone transmission of the phone. Since then, no calls have been made or messages sent from her phone. After the pandemic hit, in the weeks following, the quest to find Jasmine Dean carried the police far and wide, with searches in some of the same areas where they tracked her cell phone to, and other areas including Greenvale, Manchester, West Kingston, Papine, Augusttown, Seaview Gardens, St. Andrew, as well as Ocherius in St. Anne. All of these searches proved futile and brought them no closer to finding the young woman. Then, when many started to lose hope that the case would ever be solved, the police shone a light when they released a photo of this man seeking the public's help in locating him. In the photo, the man was smoking what appeared to be a spliff while making a withdrawal from an ATM machine, allegedly with the missing girl's card. With the public's help, it didn't take the police long to pick him up. Later, another man was also picked up by the police, and both men were charged. They are 40-year-old Tamar Henry, otherwise called Bruff and Lavish, of Bull Bay, St. Andrew, and 36-year-old Gregory Wright, otherwise called G. Wright and Henry are charged with possession of identity information, 8 counts of unauthorized access to computer data, and simple larceny. With a renewed hope, most thought that with 2 persons in custody, the case would have been cracked wide open and we would have received answers to the myriad of questions surrounding Jasmine's disappearance, and she would have been found alive or otherwise. But to date, After conducting several interviews and having 2 suspects in custody, the police are at a standstill, and we still do not know where Jasmine is or what has happened to her. Many have long wondered why murder charges have not been pursued. However, under the Jamaican Constitution, a missing person is presumed dead only after 7 years. But Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey, during a press conference last year, said that murder charges would be pursued by the police the day following the 1-year anniversary of Jasmine's missing person report.
Yours. No more like no sneaking. Sorry daddy, but me have to keep him. Him put a ring on my finger, and me already get me answer.
The story is not finished. Even if murder charges are laid against the 2 persons currently in police custody, the truth is, we still do not know what happened to Jasmine Dean. We don't know where she is. Or is that really the truth? No. Someone knows. And if that someone is you, think about this. It could have been your sister, your daughter. What if you had to live in torture every single day, not knowing where your loved one was? If you know something, tell the police what you know. Help to finish this story for the Deans.
Yeah, beg you, please just tell we call. I really miss Jasmine. I could happen to anyone, and if it was someone else I'm having information with, I really go to the police or go to somebody. Tell it, whisper it. Yeah, beg you, please just help bring Jasmine home. And also, if you know anything else and the other missing persons, this happened for too long, guys. We are one country. Just work together and bring these persons home.